video I decided to take on a challenge, inspired by his trouble. I asked my Discord members to choose between a couple of video ideas, and they chose the recreation of the Arceus event, only utilizing glitches. I didn't really give any information further than this, so let's make some simple to follow rules. First of all, I have to visually see the Hall of Origin. This includes the staircase, pillars and the sprite of Arceus. Second of all, I have to enter the staircase and get up to the white platform. And third of all, I have to be able to fight against Arceus, otherwise this challenge would be rather mundane. First of all, I want to see the Hall of Origin's model. Every model of a map is only visible inside of a specific void made for that map, and if I want to see the model of the Hall of Origin, I have to be in the void of the Hall of Origin. The place at which you see the model is called the matrix layout, and usually you will always start in the matrix layout of the Pokémon Co. After that, you would save reset, which changes the void to Jubilee City. In this void, the entire Sinnoh map is now the matrix layout. And after that, we will save and reset in the Hall of Origin, which puts the model of the Hall of Origin at the matrix layout. We will skip over entering the model for now. First, let's talk about how we will fight Arceus. If you've ever seen a fight against Arceus using the Azure Flute, you might know that when moving onto the glass platform, the battle starts immediately. This is done so by a trigger, specifically made for those specific tiles, but this trigger never activates unless you have an Azure Flute. Therefore, we will be making use of a well-known glitch. We will be using a menu's function out of bounds to call the script of Arceus. When you enter Ballpark, the game grants you a menu. The Pokédex function is now replaced with the retire function, which calls scripts based on your current map. If we happen to be in the map of the Hall of Origin, we will call the battle script of Arceus. Getting to Ballpark legitimately would take about 9 to 10 hours. Theoretically this is possible, but I didn't actually sit through this myself. I had a script run for me that did everything in my place. What is the next thing that I have to tackle? I kinda skipped over number 2 of the rule section. We can already get to the Hall of Origin, and we can also call the script using the menu. The next thing we have to do is be able to get onto the platform to completely recreate the event. The issue is, we can't really get into the map, but we will be using a little sneaky loophole in our rule section. Nowhere in the rule section do I state that I actually have to use the real Hall of Origin model located at 00. If you've ever heard of a Fake Sinnoh, you might be wondering why exactly these occur. In order to understand how Fake Sinnohs work, we'll have to take a look at the camera function of the game. The camera function of the game operates under a 32-bit integer limit. This means that once it has reached the limit, it will reset to 0. For some reason, the developers thought it was necessary to make the camera function so precise that it goes up to 165,536 of one tile. If we divide this total number by 65,536, then we get the amount of tiles until the camera would actually loop. And then we get 65,536. This means that if we run this amount of tiles in any direction, we will then loop our camera and see the model of the Hall of Origin again. Because we are now so far from the matrix layout, a couple of things have changed. First off, the collision of the map is no longer read from the same portion of RAM, therefore we can go through walls. But interestingly, the Y value changes of a map are still assigned to the model. Therefore we can go through walls, but we will go up the stairs. But now we run into a little bit of an issue. Because we are so far from our original point, the game is now no longer reading our map ID as 510, which is the Hall of Origin. And we require this map ID in order to call the script to battle Arceus. Luckily for us, we can just loop the camera again and again and again until eventually the game will be reading the map ID as 510. But this happening would be a huge coincidence, so instead of trying to find it manually, I wrote a script for me that tried to find a position in RAM where the camera would loop and the map ID is read as 510. And yes, eventually it did find a spot, and this is the result.